Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we're talking Love Island USA Season 7 postseason, and an article has resurfaced from a couple of weeks ago that has the fans in a tizzy about Jeremiah's elimination, and we got to talk about it. So this was an interview with the Hollywood Reporter that host Ariana Madix did. And the reason that fans are in an uproar is because an article just came out previously of a lot of the new fans. I think it's the most watched season ever. And not only that, they said there was 49% new viewership. So that told me right then and there, with some of the foolishness that was taking place this season, why people were so reactive, why there are still stand wars right now as we speak, although the show ended almost 3 weeks ago, you guys. Almost 3 weeks ago, the show has ended. And y'all still going back and forth with people. Make it make sense? But we're here to talk about a question that was asked to Ariana Madix that has gone viral. And I don't understand why this was not talked about a few weeks ago. But maybe it didn't fit the narrative when y'all were still hating all the Islanders, right? It didn't fit that narrative, but because now the Islanders, I don't know, such as Ace, is being their authentic selves outside the villa, just like they were their authentic selves before they came into the villa and everything else, and they were on the Jennifer Hudson show and everything else, and y'all excited, y'all geeked up off of him being on TikTok Live last night. So now all of a sudden this resurfaces. Let's get into it. It says, do you agree with the decision to send them home? And this is in reference to when Jeremiah got dumped, right? When Jeremiah got dumped from the villa, right? And he says, it is tough because I think no matter what happens, there was always one of these votes every season. You were like, why did the Islanders choose this person? And of course, people watching the show have different thoughts and opinions on the reasons why or who they think should have gone home. Insider tea. Y'all hear that? Insider tea. Jeremiah was the absolute last for the boys, right? And that's not a shocker. That's not a shocker there. The boys were sick of Jeremiah. They were sick of him and the whole Huda saga and everything else. So if it was just going off of America's vote, he would have gone home anyways. Let me reread it. So if it was just going off of America's vote, he would have gone home anyways. So that tells me right then and there, Austin, y'all were doing all that fake outrage on the internet about Austin's beliefs and everything else, that he was MAGA, that he was a Trump supporter and everything else, but y'all were voting for him and not hitting the Love Island USA app to vote for Jeremiah. No. Again, so if it was just going off of America's vote, he would have gone home anyways. The reasons why they chose him to go home as fellow Islanders, I don't know. That I don't know. So, again, the one time that they automatically eliminated people based off of the least amount of votes was for Taylor and Clark after they got exclusive, and for Ace and Shelly, in which they missed the finale. But y'all did all that outrage on the internet. And listen, I was shocked by Jeremiah's elimination. I'm not going to lie, because he had just built a connection with Adrina. But you know what that told me? And I told y'all, production wanted Jeremiah gone. Production wanted Jeremiah gone because if they saw the votes, and typically what happens for you new Love Island USA viewers, typically bombshells when they come into the villa, regardless of what stage of the villa, they either have a recoupling and they have the bombshells choose first, or they have it to where the bombshells can just come in and break up a couple after 24 hours and everything else, you guys. And whoever is left single from those couples, sometimes they'll automatically dump them. Sometimes they will tell them that they're quote unquote vulnerable. Sometimes they'll say that they're vulnerable and you have to choose one of these two single people to get rid of or whatever else. But the fact of the matter is, the whole point of the new bombshells coming in is if there's some connections that are not working out, current state, they're supposed to come in and be like, hey, look at here, like here's a new couple, right? But I think the problem, what we would have ran into at that point in time, was that would have put Iris at risk, right? Even though Iris, I think, but that's why they should have did a recoupling, because TJ would have chose Iris and Adrina would have chose Jeremiah, right? But then you run the risk of Huda being dumped from the villa, right? Because she had no connections, right? Because all this, remember, was all before Casa Amor, you guys. This was all before Casa Amor. But y'all sent so much hate to Ace. Remember in the episode, we never actually saw the deliberation, y'all. We never saw the deliberation as far as what actually happened, right? We had no clue. And remember, everybody was mad about Hannah's elimination, but it's interesting because people blame, you know, they blame who they take turns on who they want to blame for that. But y'all are more upset about the fact that Jeremiah got let go, but y'all, as in fellow Americans, didn't vote for Jeremiah. So how can y'all blame this all on Ace? And number one, we didn't see the deliberation. And Taylor and Nicolas were right there in the deliberation too. Now, like I said, there's no love loss. It's clear as day that Ace and Jeremiah did not see eye to eye. That's not what the issue at hand is, right? The issue at hand is y'all blamed Ace for the elimination, but had they did an automatic dumping, that changes the trajectory of everything. Americans were not feeling Jeremiah. And this is, again, the same thing, where the Islanders chose Jalen to dump. And all of a sudden, Jeremiah is super popular. He's in the streaming game. He's got a Chipotle deal. And Jalen is on a brand trip now with travel companies and agencies. So he's on a brand trip right now to Iceland. But y'all did all that rah. Ace is a ringleader. Ace is the president of the villa. These people can't think for themselves. These people can't do for themselves. Da. Whole time. Production knew Jeremiah had the lowest votes, and they did nothing to save Jeremiah. And this is the problem with the show sometimes, is that the show picks and chooses when they want to air an automatic dumping, and 9 times out of 10, most of the time when USA does it, they don't mind doing automatic dumpings when it is a Black Islander. But it was clear that they didn't want to do anything specific for Jeremiah to save him, that they've done several times for Huda, where they've orchestrated these votes to where because usually that's the reason that they do it. When they say we leave it up to the Islanders, that is because there's a specific Islander they don't want to go. And the Islanders in advance have to tell production who they want out, right? They have to tell them like who they're going to negotiate, who they're going to get out of here, and everything else. So they know Jeremiah was a goner. They know Austin wasn't going anywhere. So none of the less, y'all keep blaming everything on Ace. Ace is the ringleader. Ace is the master manipulator. Ace is all these things. But production didn't do anything to save Jeremiah either, and they could have. So where is your smoke for production? And again, production was a lot more diverse for season 6 than it is for season 7. And I fear that people are going to take this season and think that it should be a blueprint for next season because of how many people watched, how viral it went with the NFL, the NBA, all part of pop culture and everything else, and think that everybody needs to be on some Dora on the Explorer type of foolishness and ignore real connections. And if America doesn't like you, that you should just switch it out. But the one thing I'll give Shelly and Ace and Taylor and Clark is they saw that America didn't like them as a couple, and they didn't try to switch up. They didn't try to switch up. They didn't try to, seek a new couple, or Shelly didn't try to give things a try again with Chris or anything like that to see if that would get America on her side. No. She stood 10 toes down in her connection with Ace. Taylor and Clark stood 10 toes down in their connection because Taylor could have easily switched up and been, all of a sudden, let's give this again, a try again, Alandria, right? But it is just wild to me, the switch up now that this is finally going viral, and there's so many Islanders that are still getting so much hate, led by the Hoot headquarters, by the way. Y'all are doing way too much on the internet and need to touch grass. But yeah, that is all that I wanted to give for this video. I just wanted to do this video to highlight this article in which America did not think Jeremiah was fit to stay either. But all of your smoke is for Ace. Make it make sense! So there's that. That is it. That is all for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.